Hello, children. Hope you all are fine. Well, welcome back to your school and welcome back to your online video classes. This is your Jessica ma'am with a new lesson in your English grammar. So far, we have learned in lesson number 1 regarding nouns, wherein we have learned about various nouns like common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, concrete noun, and compound noun. So let's see what we are having in the second lesson. Lesson number 2, nouns, singular and plural. What do you mean by a singular noun? A singular noun is the noun used as the name of a single person, a single animal, or a single thing. Let's see the examples given here. Mother gave baby a toy car. I ate an egg for breakfast. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. You can see the highlighted words over here. All these highlighted words are nouns. Mother is singular, baby is singular, car is singular, egg is again singular, apple is singular, day and doctor. All these nouns are singular. These kinds of nouns are called singular noun. Point 2. Plural nouns. What do you mean by plural nouns? Plural nouns are the nouns which are used as the names of more than one person, one animal, or one thing. Example, mother gave the baby several toys to play with. Mr. Sinha bought eggs from the grocery store. Apples are good for health. You can see all the three highlighted nouns, toys, eggs, apples. All are more than one. So we can put them into plural nouns. Once again, let me tell you, plural nouns are the nouns used as names of more than one person, animal, or thing. So children, let me ask you, how would you form a plural noun? Mostly what we do is we simply add an S to the word to make it plural. But there are so many things which we are supposed to learn today that it's not that to put a single S to make a plural. There are so many other cases, like when a singular noun ends with the letter S or SS or X or Z or CH or SH, we need to add ES at the end of the word to make it plural. Let's come to the example. Bus, buses, class, classes, fox, foxes, quiz, quizzes, branch, branches, wish, wishes. Here you can see highlighted words. The word bus ends with the letter S. The word class ends with the letters SS. Fox ends with the letter X. Quiz ends with the letter Z. Branch ends with the letter CH. Wish ends with the letter SH. In all these cases, we have added ES to make it a plural. So, once again, let me tell you then that when a singular noun ends with S, SS, X, Z, CH or SH, we need to put simply an ES to make it plural. Now, let's come to point number 3. For the singular nouns ending with the letter O, we need to add S to make it plural. Let's see the example. Photo, photos. Piano, pianos. Here the word ends with the letter O and piano ends with the letter O. In both these cases, we have simply added S to make it a plural noun. Point number 4. For the singular nouns ending with the letter Y preceded by a consonant, form the plural by dropping Y and adding IES. That means whichever the word ending with Y and before Y, if you have a consonant, then you can drop the letter Y and you can add IES to make it plural. Example, city, cities, baby, babies, cherry, cherries. Here you can see the word city ending with Y. But before Y we can see T. T is a consonant. So you can drop Y and make it IES to make it plural. Same case in baby. Baby is ending with the letter Y, and before Y we can see the letter B. B is a consonant. So you can drop out Y and add IES to make it plural. Cherry. Cherry is ending with the letter Y, wherein we can see the letter before Y is R. R is again a consonant. So you can drop out Y from cherry and add IES to make it a plural noun. But for the singular nouns ending with Y preceded by a vowel, the plurals is formed by adding S. Did you get my point, children? Earlier we have seen that if a word is ending with the letter Y and having a consonant before that, we have to add IES. But for the case in which the singular nouns are ending with Y preceded by a vowel, then we can add simply S to make it plural. Let's come to the example. Ray, rays, monkey, monkeys, toy, toys. You can see that the word ray is ending with the letter Y, and before Y we can see A. A is a vowel. And next is monkey. The word monkey is ending with the letter Y, and before Y we can see E. E is a vowel. So we simply add S to make it a plural. The word toy ends with the letter Y, and before Y we can see the letter O. O is a vowel again. So simply we have added S to make it plural. Once again remember that whichever singular nouns ending with the letter Y preceded by a vowel, then the plural is formed by adding a simple S. Now let's come to the point number 5. If a singular noun is ending with F or FE, we change the ending with VES to form the plural. Like life, the word is ending with FE. We have simply dropped out FE and we have added VES to make it a plural. In the case wife, again it's ending with FE. We have dropped out FE and added VES to make it plural, saying wives. LEAF, leaf. Leaf, the word is ending with simple F. We have simply dropped off F and we have added VES to make it plural. Hope you understand. If a singular noun is ending with F or FE, we change the ending with VES to form the plural. However, for some nouns that ends in F or FE, the plurals is formed by adding S. So it's not necessary that every word which is ending with F or FE should be added with VES to make it plural. There are certain words for which we can, which ends with the F or FE, for which we can add simple S to make it plural. Example: chief, chiefs, giraffe, giraffes, roof, roofs. Point number 6. Some irregular nouns do not follow any of these rules when they form their plurals. Like how we have added S, ES or IES. So we have followed certain rules in that. But there are some irregular nouns which do not follow any of these rules to form their plurals. Example: man. The spelling is M-A-N, man. Its plural comes men, M-E-N, men. The word woman. Woman singular is W-O-M-A-N, woman. And the plural form of the woman is W-O-M-E-N, women. Child, children, goose, geese. Now let's come to the point number 7. Some nouns are always used in their singular forms. Whatever it is, these words do not change. They always remain same, but they can be used in their plural forms also. Example: news, furniture, information, equipment, etc. So these words can be used in single form, though you want to show it as plural. Now, vice versa, point number 8. Some nouns always take their plural forms, even though they refer to one thing. Like, I iron my trousers carefully. Please be careful with the scissor. The highlighted words trousers and scissors. So these highlighted words trousers. Trousers, normally what we see, trousers have two legs. So you cannot call it as a trouser. Trousers we call them. Like scissors. Scissors are also a kind of tool which has two pair in single set. So in these cases we can use these plural forms to talk about a single item. Now children, let's come to point number 9. Some nouns have the same singular and plural forms. We can see the example, the deer walked out of the forest. There are 3 species of deer in the group. In both the example, we can see the letter deer is highlighted. In the first point, it's talking about a single deer, and in the second example, it's talking about 3 species of deer. So in both the cases, you can see we have not added s or es or ies to make it plural. It remains singular form. It remains in singular form to read it as plural also. In the point number 10, the abstract nouns usually have only the singular form. So when we talk about abstract form, it always be in singular form. Like my father was listening to the classical music. The word music is highlighted here and it's singular. Now come to point number 11. Collective nouns are usually singular, but some always have a plural form. So when we talk about a collective noun, it's always in singular, but some of these nouns sometimes shows as plural. Like the choir is singing beautifully. Here the choir is in singular form. The people work for the good of the country. The word people is a plural form. The cattle are chewing the grass hungrily. Here also the word cattle is in plural. So the word choir, the word people, the word cattle, all these things are collective nouns, but the difference is some of them is singular and some of them is plural. So finally what we come to know is collective nouns are usually singular, but some always have a plural form. Well children, hope you all understood the concept of nouns, singular and plural. And I hope you have already understood how to form the plural forms of the singular nouns. Now let's come to the second phase of the lesson, that is countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Now you must be thinking, what is this? What do you mean by a countable noun? Countable nouns are the nouns which can be counted. It's simple children. Like I have 5 books. There are 2 birds on this tree. All the 3 highlighted words, books, birds and tree can be counted. Like books are in 5 numbers and birds can be counted into 2 and tree can be counted into 1. Now let me tell you what is an uncountable noun. The nouns that cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. Example, the water of this pond is clear. Food is tasteless without salt. So my dear children, you all know that you cannot count water. Can you? No. Food cannot be counted. Salt cannot be counted. These are uncountable nouns. But let me tell you very important fact. Though these uncountable nouns cannot be counted, there is a way to know their quantity. Wow. Let's see how. Example 1. A cup or mug of coffee. Coffee cannot be counted unless it is put into a mug or cup. So when you put the coffee into a mug or a cup, the quantity of the coffee is a cup of coffee or a mug of coffee. Now let's come to example number 2. a spoon or jar of salt. As you all know that salt cannot be counted, but when you put it into a spoon or when you put it into a jar, you can know the quantity of that salt. The quantity can be counted. A spoon of salt, it is the quantity of the salt. A jar of salt, it is the quantity of the salt. Now, let's come to example number 3. A glass or jug or bucket of water. As you all know that water cannot be counted. But when you put it into a glass, it can be called as a glass of water. Now when you put it into a bottle or jug, you can count it as a jug of water or a bottle of water. And when you put it into a bucket, you can always count it as a bucket of water. So you can see that though the uncountable nouns are there which cannot be counted, but you can know their quantity in different ways. Well children, I hope you all enjoyed learning about the nouns singular and plural and the formation of plurals and also the countable and uncountable nouns. Well, there are certain exercises given in the textbook. I have already sent you the pages of the textbook. Go through the exercise, understand it and try to solve the exercises. I will send you the solved exercise tomorrow so that you can make it a note of that. Thank you very much.